Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last video for today, and then I'll promise to stop drowning you. I have to make Wrestlepalooza predictions, as Wrestlepalooza is tonight. First of all, I think the name is stupid. Second of all, I get why they're giving it a whole new name and a whole new event. It's the first of an ESPN event. I don't really think it's a big deal. It only really matters for the United States because everywhere else across the world, apart from USA, gets it all on Netflix. Like, we're talking NXT, SmackDown, every PLE that they tell us, oh, this is only on ESPN, this is only on YouTube, this is only on Peacock. We get it on Netflix. The only one we don't get on Netflix is Worlds Collide and Saturday Night's Main Event, and we get that on YouTube. So it means nothing. At first I thought, oh great, I'm not going to be able to watch this because it's on ESPN. Nope, it's on ESPN and Netflix, so I get to watch it. Regardless, let's make predictions. I'm not going to stay up to watch it. I have somewhere to be in the morning. I'm going to a concert. That's going to be fantastic. So yeah, I might be a bit slow on the reactions, but predictions, I'm going to get them out there. We know, opening up the show, we have John Cena, we have Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm really actually torn because, I mean, the obvious answer would be to say Brock Lesnar would win. I mean, he's a dominant force. It takes a lot for him to lose. I mean, the last few times we've seen Brock Lesnar, he lost to Cody Rhodes. He's lost to Roman Reigns. Are WWE going to have him lose again? No, they want him to look serious. And we're not allergic to John Cena losing on his retirement tour, and it's something we have seen. He did lose to Cody Rhodes, and he lost the Royal Rumble, and he lost other matches as well. Like, he got disqualified in R-Truth match, whatever, right? But I really think it's retirement tour. We have no real information about when Brock Lesnar's going to retire. As far as I'm concerned, he might still come around, do some appearances. He's not done. I feel like with the story they've told of Brock Lesnar coming beating everyone up and Cena being the only man who can try and combat Brock Lesnar as he's tearing everyone apart, I feel like they're going to do a massive underdog story. They're going to do a Extreme Rules 2012 where Brock Lesnar comes back to destroy John Cena at the height of his career, and John Cena overcomes the odds. I am calling that John Cena beats Brock Lesnar at Wrestlepalooza. It seems like there's no way, you know. Brock Lesnar's the dominant one. Cena can easily lose to someone, and he could lose to Brock Lesnar. But I think John Cena's retirement tour, ESPN, the one time ESPN are going to have John Cena on their program, John Cena is not losing this match. John Cena is, in fact, winning this match. And if I am wrong, I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel confident on this now that I'm saying it. I really do. Another thing I feel confident on is the vacant Women's World Championship. We have Stephanie Vaquer, we have Io Sky. Now, obviously, this was meant to happen at Clash in Paris. This was meant to be Stephanie Vaquer, Naomi at Clash in Paris. Naomi was meant to defend the Women's World Championship in a one-on-one rematch against Io Sky, when are going to Clash in Paris to face Stephanie Vaquer. Naomi was obviously going to retain against both, and I was going to be devastated. A, because I love the match of Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky, and I'm not sure if Stephanie Vaquer and Naomi would have hit as hard, but I was fine with Naomi retaining. But I was sad because it meant that Naomi was a fresh champion, and Stephanie Vaquer had a very slim chance of winning that title. But now I'm happy because I feel like the chances of Stephanie winning that title are through the roof, especially because we have it against Io Sky. There's a lot going on with Io Sky. First of all, she was the last champion before Naomi. It would be stupid to put the belt back on her. Not the stupidest thing. She is the biggest star on Raw. You know, they could have put it back on Rhea Ripley, and it wouldn't be the most shocking thing. In fact, I would not be surprised if it happens. However, I feel like there's a bit of a storyline going on with Asuka and Kairi Sane, and WWE are pushing Stephanie Vaquer. They're really trying, and people do back Stephanie Vaquer, and I feel it. I had a feeling about Lola Vice winning that triple threat match. I have a feeling about Stephanie Vaquer winning this match. I feel like Asuka and Kairi are going to get involved. Whether they'll turn heel, I don't know, but they're going to end up costing Io Sky, and Stephanie Vaquer is going to win the Women's World Championship, and I am going to be ecstatic. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with Io Sky, nothing wrong with Rhea Ripley. In fact, I'm fond of them, but Stephanie Vaquer is the one I want to win that title, and she's going to win it, so I'm happy. What else is there? There's the tag team match, the Usos versus Braun and Bronson Reed. I feel like Braun and Bronson Reed are going to get the win here. I mean, it's clear WWE want to put them over. The Usos aren't really a tag team anymore. They are solo superstars, and while, yes, they are the most successful tag team of all time, they are over. They are the greatest of all time, like, undisputed. Like, it's between them and the New Day, genuinely. But they've been building tension between Jay and Jimmy, and I feel like they're also trying to put Braun and Bronson over. they're going to exploit it. There's going to be something that costs them. It's going to make Roman come back. We're going to have a good bloodline story again, because Roman still has to have his match with Braun Breaker. Roman has still got to face Rollins at WrestleMania. These are things I predict are going to happen. I feel like Jay and Jimmy are going to have a fallout, and they're going to redo their match. Maybe at WrestleMania, but probably not at WrestleMania. But they're going to redo their one-on-one match, and they're going to do it good this time, hopefully. And hopefully Jimmy gets over this time. But I feel like Braun and Bronson Reed, that's who I feel like is going to win that one. And on the topic of tag team matches, we have the mixed tag match, CM Punk, AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. Now, it really could go either way. All these matches, I would not be surprised if it goes either way. But I feel like having Seth and Becky win would be the wrong move, especially when you have the magnitude of AJ Lee coming back, the magnitude of CM Punk and AJ Lee teaming up. We've seen Becky and Seth team up before. We've seen Becky and Seth win a bunch of matches. Becky and Seth are both currently title holders. There is few chances that they can lose match as title holders, and that is in a non-title match. Without them losing their titles, without them losing their credibility, I feel like the only smart thing to do would have AJ Lee and CM Punk win to lead on to something bigger. Why? Because if AJ Lee and CM Punk win, CM Punk can get his one-on-one rematch with CM Punk with Seth Rollins. Well, that is probably should be guaranteed already, because where was CM Punk's rematch clause? It wasn't in the Fatal 4-Way. That's not a one-on-one rematch. But then it could also lead to an AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. And I feel like these are both matches that should happen after this. So I feel like AJ Lee and CM Punk need to get the win on this, because Seth's most likely going to retain the world title against CM Punk, and I don't think they're going to drop the title off of Becky anytime soon. So let CM Punk and AJ Lee have this mixed tag match, and then the titles can stay on previous holders when we get those matches in the future. So I'm predicting CM Punk and AJ Lee. That seems like a layup. That seems like the easiest to predict on the card. Actually, no, I lie. The easiest to predict on the card is the main event, which I'm surprised that it is the main event. This probably has the least hype out of any of the matches on the card. It's Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. And the hype is not for the lack of the story. It's not for the lack of Drew McIntyre. It's just Cody Rhodes wasn't there for weeks. He returned last week. They announced the match, and then that's it. Bang. It's now the main event. And what's crazy is what my preferred winner of this match would be Drew McIntyre. Sorry, Drew McIntyre is overdue a world title reign, and I feel like he's the perfect person to replace Cody Rhodes right now. And there's no real reason for Cody Rhodes to be WWE champion. Not that I'm saying he shouldn't be. It's just that there's no, like, last time he beat Roman Reigns and he completed his story. He couldn't just drop the title like that. And I know he just beat John Cena for it, and it would be stupid for him to lose the title at, like a month later at Wrestlepalooza, which is why I think it's not going to happen. I feel like he is going to retain at Wrestlepalooza on ESPN's for his main event. They want WWE champion to look strong, and Cody Rhodes isn't going to lose it that quick. He is going to beat Drew McIntyre, but it's not going to be the end of the feud between Cody and Drew. I feel like they're going to go on a long, bloody feud for about 2-3 months, potentially. And I feel like by the end of that, Drew McIntyre can take the title. Let's have a short reign for Cody Rhodes. Let's have it at Crown Jewel or Survivor Series where Drew McIntyre takes the title off of Cody Rhodes. He's the perfect person. Cody doesn't need to hold the title forever, because WWE aren't going to keep him active. They're not. They've already put him on a star level where he doesn't have to show up every week. So I feel like Drew McIntyre taking the title would be a breath of fresh air, and it'd be what Drew McIntyre deserves. Let's be honest. His best work was in lockdown, and people didn't get witness that. And the second they give him a world title, they ripped it away from him. So I feel like Drew McIntyre should take the WWE title, and I'd be happy if it happened to Wrestlepalooza, but I don't see it happening, and that's not the end of the world. It's fine. So I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. So here is my predictions. In fact, I'm going to say what I want to happen, and I'm going to say what I think will happen. What I want to happen: John Cena beats Brock Lesnar. Stephanie Vaquer wins the world title. The Usos beat Braun and Bronson. CM Punk and AJ Lee beat Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and Drew McIntyre wins the WWE title. What I think actually will happen: I do think John Cena will beat Brock Lesnar. I do think Stephanie Vaquer will win the Women's World title. However, I do think Braun and Bronson are going to beat the Usos. I believe CM Punk and AJ Lee will win this match, although I'm doubting it, but I'm confident at the same time. But I believe Cody Rhodes will retain the title, and that's my predictions. We'll see how well I get them right. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.